This session is about running ads and promotions and how to go about doing them. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is how to run an ad, and then Rachel will come up and talk a little bit about the different promotions that you can run. Okay, to run an ad, you're going to go to advertising and then go to campaign manager. I'm going to show you two ways to do this. I'm going to show you the manual way to do it, and then I'm going to show you the bulk method to do it, because we like doing things in bulk around here. To do an ad campaign, you go to create a campaign. You're going to give it a name. You're going to give it a start date and an end date. If you want to, you don't have to give it an end date. And then a daily budget. Depending on how much you want to spend, that'll be your daily budget. You can make it $5, you can make it $10. If you want to spend a whole bunch, you can make it a whole bunch of money. So the next thing that you're going to do is targeting. Now, we recommend starting off with automatic. That way, Amazon will pick the best keywords for you. Then you can take that information and then do a manual ad down the line. Does that make sense? So it's like you have Amazon doing the legwork for you, then you come in and close it. Then you create an ad group if you want to. So if I was going to do multiple ad groups in a campaign, I could do that too. But if I wanted to say, I don't know, movies or something like that, I can name the ad group movies and then select the products that I want to have that be in that ad campaign and then launch the campaign. Okay? It's that easy to set up an automatic campaign. Now I'm going to go back and I'm going to show you how to do the manual campaign. It's going to be the same thing. Daily budget and then manual targeting. I'm going to give this a ad group name. Select the products that I want to be a part of that campaign. And then this is where it differs a little bit. So it's going to ask me what the default keyword bid is going to be. And then it's going to, after I select the products, I'm going to be able to enter in my keywords. Okay? Now we have a cool software that is part of Seller Labs, and it's called Scope. And it's a keyword research tool. So let me move this out of the way. Scope, like the mouthwash. So if I click show scope, that's a log in. What it does is it will tell me what the keywords are, and then it will tell me what the average cost per click is, or how much it costs for that bid. So this is really good information to have if it's available, because it helps you know about how much you need to bid in order to win that keyword. So if I was going to use PJ Masks costumes, I know that my default bid would be within this region to win that bid and move that product up. Same concept works for private label. Now, depending on what you are trying to run an ad on, those costs per clicks are going to cost more money. Let me give you an example of that. Yes, it would be over. So, oh yes, because you're bidding. You have raised that minimum to 75 cents. So let me go to coffee cups. Yeah, that's the daily budget. So if I go back up here, your daily budget is how much you want to spend per day, but the default keyword bid is how much you are going to pay every time someone clicks on your product for that keyword. Does that make sense? So if someone clicks on your product for the keyword and yeah, every time that they search for it. So you could change it. Yep. So let me show you with coffee cups. So you can see here, just for like coffee and coffee cups, that's what the default bid is. It's between $1.61 and $2.99. So that's a lot higher than the pajama ones. A lot of the makeup products, they also have higher bids. You won't be in the winning bid category. Like you won't be to win that bid, you need to have that amount. So I'm going to explain that in a report. Yes. Yep. 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 Exactly. Yep. 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 Mm-hmm. Yes, you want to have that product be more visible. So with the ad, yep, yep. Yep, you have to be in the buy box in order to be able to do it. So let me go back to the campaign. So I just want to explain that default keyword bid a little bit better, and then you put in your keywords. And let me explain this. So there are several different kinds of match types for your keywords. So if I use broad, if my keyword was girls' pajamas, broad means that I can have anything before that phrase, anything between that phrase, anything after that phrase. So my phrase is girls' pajamas. So I could have pink, little girl, pajamas, red, or whatever, and it would still pick up that keyword if it was exact. Does that make sense? Okay. If it is phrase, it has to be, it will only pick up words before and after. So if I said girls' pajamas, if it was blue, girls' pajamas, new, or pink, girls' pajamas, Mickey Mouse, that would pick up. But if I did phrase and someone put something in between girls' pajamas, that keyword would not trigger for me because it is phrase. Does that make sense? Okay. They have to be together. Yep. Yep. Girls' pajamas. So let me put it on here so you can see it. Yep. So if my keyword is and I use phrase, it has to be that phrase. So you see how I put it in parentheses? That means that if someone is searching for something on Amazon, if they put something, if they put a word or a phrase in between girl pajamas, then my keyword will no longer work. Does that make sense now? So if you select phrase, then you are taking yourself out of the running for variations on that keyword. Does that make sense? And then the next one is exact. With exact, girls' pajamas. That's it. If someone puts blue girls' pajamas, my keyword is out. So when you're thinking about doing these on your own, we recommend in most cases using broad because that will pick up every variation of that keyword. Does that make sense? Yep. Yep. Mm-hmm. So depending on what the product is, then you kind of determine that. Then the next part is negative keywords. So you don't always have to fill this out. What negative keywords is not this keyword. That's all it means. So I don't want you to trigger for this keyword. So sometimes you might put that in there, sometimes you may not. So if there is something that people type in and it's always pulling up for your product and you want that not to be counted, you can put that in the negative phrase. And then you launch that campaign. So that's how you do an automatic campaign. That's how you do a manual campaign, okay? Now I'm going to go back. Did you have a question, Roseanne? I'm going to go back to the campaign manager tab.
Okay, I was wondering, did you like go to your access inventory, let's say, advertise, show me how you
You would probably have to, like, if you had those products in like an Excel document with all of the ASINs, you could just put in the ASINs. So let me.
I never know how to get it.
Yeah, that's always the issue. So you can either do it like this. What will work for you is what I'm going to be talking about next, is how to do it in bulk. So you can just put it in that way. Yes. Yes. So just get the ASIN, or start off with an automatic campaign because they'll pick the keywords for you. That's in the back end. You can't do anything about that. If you didn't create the listings, you'd have to hope that the person put keywords in there. Yeah, so you have to go into the back end. There's a section in there when you create the listing that is for keywords. So you have to make sure that you fill out the keywords in that back end when you're creating that product. I forget which tab it falls under. I think it might just be a keywords tab. So you just have to go there and make sure you put your keywords in. It should. Once you save it, it like takes like 15 minutes, and then they should be active. Okay, so I'm going to go to advertising, campaign manager, and then what you can do is you can start looking at some of these campaigns that you're running and download some reports. You can select if you want it to be the search term, the keywords, and placement, any of that, the report name, the period, and then the total data. I'm going to download the file. So after you've started a campaign, you always want to check to see how they're performing. I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. So if I was running this as an automatic campaign, this would help me kind of narrow down to start my manual campaign. So I can see the impressions, the number of clicks, the click-through rate, the cost per click. So this cost per click is also going to help me with my default. My spend, and then the 7-day total sales. So all of these keywords that I'm using that don't have any sales, if I was going to do a manual campaign, I may not use them. I would use these right here because I made money off of these keywords. These didn't generate any sales. So I'm just spending money, but they're not getting any sales. Okay? So what you want to do is go through these reports and then narrow down the actual keywords that you use for your manual campaign. Does that make sense? Okay. So next, I'm going to talk about uploading a campaign in bulk. So this is the document. This is what it looks like. I have to see if it's in the template section of the matrix. If it's not, I'll make sure to put it there with some instructions. So the blue is going to be the campaign name. It's going to be the name of the campaign, your daily spend, the campaign start date, the campaign end date, and the type. So is it automatic or manual? Then you're going to make sure that you enable it over here. Enabling it means that it's going to start. Disabling it means that it's not going to start, okay? The next step is to do your ad group. That's going to be green. And then this is your default bid per keyword right here, okay? Then this is going to be the products or the name of the products right here, okay? So you can put in your list of ASINs, Roseanne right here. So if you have your list of ASINs that you want to run the campaign for, then it might just be a little bit easier for you to just do one of this bulk operation and copy and paste them in here. You just have to put your SKU and then put enabled in here, okay? I have to see if it's in the template section. If it's not in the template section, email support and I'll put it there. Ad campaign template. And I have to remember what it was called because I had it saved on my computer and couldn't remember what it was called myself. And then these are the keywords right here in yellow. And this is my bid for those keywords. Does that make sense? So I have my max bid here and then my bid for each keyword. The individual keyword bids cannot go above my max bid. Does that make sense? So if I'm doing the keyword Hello Kitty and it is 70 cents, I won't be able to do that keyword because it's above my max bid, okay? So when you're doing this, you just have to make sure that you pay attention to that. And then here is your match type. So is it broad? Is it phrase? Is it exact, like we talked about before, okay? And then enable, okay? So I'll save this file. And I'll go back to advertising. Then I'll go to bulk operations. I already have the bulk file, so I'm going to go to upload, choose the file, and then upload it. And then once you upload it, you just want to go back to campaigns and make sure that it uploaded properly. So that's how you would do that in bulk. Like when I saved it on my computer, when you save something to your computer, you can select where you save it to. So for example, I go File, Save As, and then I always do Browse down here. And then I save everything to my Documents folder, or pictures if it's an image. I know that a lot of people save it to the desktop, but I hate desktop icons, so I hide all of mine. So I prefer to either save it under Documents or Pictures. I would use, well, if you don't have scope, what you can do is run the automatic campaign, and when you run the report, it'll tell you what those costs for those bids are. So you might just be grasping in the dark at first, and then you can hone in and get that detailed information. There's also another free software. I talked to Joanne and John about it, and we talked about it before. It's called Sonar Tools, and it is a free keyword thingamabob. Yep. It does. You can only see like 10 of them if you use the free version of Scope. Like keyword research. I don't know how much it costs. We do have a software discount for it though.
First, do automatic.
Automatic. And then do a manual.
And that'll show you what you paid.
Mhm.
Which word?
Yep. Mhm. Is everybody with me? Everyone good? Okay. All right. So that's the first part of it. That's how you run an ad and how you check on your ads, make sure that they're performing to the way that they should be performing. If you do a campaign, you want to make sure that you are checking them because you don't want to waste money on ads. So the second part of that is now creating promotions. Now promotions are those discounts that you can put onto a product, which is there are several different ones. Now it's important that you know how to run an ad because if you just run a promotion, Amazon does not promote those. So if you do like a discount, that discount will just be sitting there. So you'll have to promote the discount. Rachel, do you want to? So Rachel's gonna go through how to set up some promotions.
Okay. So with the promotions, so you're to go to advertising and straight down those promotions. There's obviously all different types of promotions. You could do percentage off, offer free shipping. You could do a giveaway, buy one, get one. So for this, I'll just show you with percentage off, taking percentage off of a product. There's two ways of getting to one area, but with buyer purchases, you would fill in for the, so let's say, sorry, real quick, I'm just gonna go. Is that night flight or something? Knit.
Fly knit.
Fly, thank you.
I was so confused. And just minimize highs. Yeah.
Okay. So, what is this?
Decided.
Okay. Okay, so let's just say we were using this product and we wanted to, oh, the ASIN doesn't show here, or does it?
The rev seller isn't working, so just scroll down to the product description.
Oh, okay.
Keep going, keep going, keep going. There.
Okay, so if we were using this product, size 8.5, Nike women's shoe, and we decided that we wanted to go ahead and do a 25% off promotion. So for the buyer purchases, at least this quantity of items. So you can say for this promotion, the buyer, if the buyer buys one pair of these sneakers, then they would get 25% off. If they at least buy 2 pairs, then they would get 25% off. So you could do 1, you could do 2, 3, however many, at least the amount of quantity of items that they would have to buy to get that percentage. When it says purchased items, this is if you're doing a launch, right?
Yeah. Well, for every item, quantity of items purchased, you can do that one as well, or at least the amount of money for that item. So you can do a combination of other options as well for the product.
For purchased items, we would have to create a new product selection, because if I click on the drop-down ones, here it says Winnie the Pooh. We have a couple tests. I did just do this before, so it does have the Nike Woman flying knit because I added that. But let's say if this wasn't here, we would have to create a new one. So I'm just going to go ahead and create a new one so I could show you guys. So to create a new one, I'm going to select the ASIN because that's what I'm going to put for this product to identify what it is. And then I'm going to click on Create Product Selection. So for the ASIN, I'm going to put the ASIN in first. So since I already have it copied from over here when I selected the ASIN, I'm just going to paste it there. internal description. So, well, we could also jump up to product selection name. So we could say, you could really do whatever you like and just keep it simple and easy.
And
So,
this is if you want to do it in bulk too. So just like Rachel posted the one ASIN, if you have a list of ASINs that you want to be underneath of this one promotion, you can just list those underneath of that one ASIN.
so let's say if I wanted to do another variation, like let's say I wanted to do this color, then I would grab the ASIN.
And then
Oh, well, I would grab another ASIN. And then I could just do this and paste it. So then it would be something different. And then you can go down the line and constantly do that with different ASINs. So here, Nike Women, Fly Knit, sneaker, internal description, we could say
long
blue, like blue Nike women's sneaker.
Or you could also put like, if you're doing this for like long-term storage or Christmas or something like that, it's just to give you an idea of why you put these products together to run an ad for.
So then we would click submit. And then we would have it here, women's Nike sneaker. So now we'll go back to create a promotion. Wait a minute. We'll go to create again at percentage off. We have the one item here. You could change it again if you wanted to do two or whatever the case may be. We'll select one. So Nike Women Fly Knit sneaker. That'll be the purchase item of what they're purchasing. Buyer gets percentage off. So let's just say it would be 25%. Applies to the purchase item. You could also do applies to a qualifying item. So let's say they were buying this sneaker and you were saying if you buy this sneaker then you'll get free shoelaces. You could do, or 25% off shoelaces, you know, or 25% off a Nike bag if you wanted to give something along those lines, then that would be for a qualifying item. They're still buying that purchase, but they could get something else for 25% off. No, that's more like that would actually be under advanced options. That would be like a tier thing. But for this, what this is more like is if what's another example? If I think I saw something like if you got a hairbrush, if you were selling a hairbrush, so they would buy the hairbrush. They're looking for the hairbrush. That's the purchase item. But you were saying for a qualifying item, it would be if you buy this hairbrush, then you could get 25% off of hair ties. So you're doing a promotion for 25% off of hair ties.
Yep.
Yes.
It's like those infomercials. Like,
Yes.
buy this product and you get these for free. Yep.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's what it's like.
So if you click down on advanced options, these are different tiers. So this would be more along the lines of, you know, you buy this item and then you buy this item and then you can get this off. Or if you buy one, you get two free. Yeah. So we're not going to go there right now. So then for step 2, for scheduling, you would put the start date and the end date and just, I guess, make sure of like whether it's Pacific time or Eastern time, you know, if you're going towards Christmas or whatever, you want to make sure that it's within the times that you want. They also, it goes live. It takes about 4 hours for it to go live. So you also want to keep that in mind. Internal description. So here you would put something along the lines of like, you know, for the internal description and the tracking ID, these could actually be the same, but they're used for in your reports, in your promotional reports. You'll be seeing, this is where you'll see the internal description and tracking ID, so you'll be able to recognize what promotion this is on the promotional reports. So here you could put something like women's Nike Christmas
Let me just, calculate it.
25% even though. And then you could do the same thing there. And for step 3, additional options. Okay, so we'll click down on claim code. So for here, for single use, what I believe is normally recommended with the single use is if you're doing a lower percentage, you would want to go with group.
So it depends on how you use them, because some of these are like, this is more for like if you're doing private label. If you're gonna sell it at a discounted price and you want to limit it before you like sell out all your products at a discounted price, and then you're like, I've lost all my money. So that's more what the claim code option is for. If you're gonna be giving out claim codes, if there's none, then it's just gonna be that discount code, that discount on Amazon. So that's more what it is. Single use, you can use it once, and then the group you can.
And then down here for the claim. So then we would do group. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So then so let's say we were to do the group one. One redemption per customer. So what that means is it would be one redemption per customer. You want to make sure that that's either, if you unclick that, then
They just go crazy.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. People have lost a lot of money by doing that.
Yes. So you have the claim code here. This could be changed if you wanted to change it. So it would just have to be 8 characters long. So you could do like women 25, but it just has to be 8 characters. Is that me? That's 7. You know, I didn't know if I had that though. Okay. Or you could suggest a code and have a code there. This would stay at exclusive. Customized messaging, you want to make sure that this is either checked or unchecked. If it's unchecked, then you're stating that this is not going to be shown on your listing. No one's going to know that there's a promotion there. So this would be good if you're sending out emails to specific people that you want the codes to be going to, for them to know about those. So like it was said before, Amazon is not going to promote that you have this promotion going on. So if you don't want the promotion to be shown on Amazon, you can also have it sent through emails. So then only the people that you invite to this promotion are going to have it, not people just randomly going on Amazon to have it.
Yes, usually on Amazon when you buy something, they might ask you at checkout if you have a code. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So that would be done with that. And then we would hit review.
That's I know.
Yeah, you would hit review, and then you can review all of this information. And then after that, you could click submit. And then that's when it would go live within 4 hours. So all of them are basically the same. They really are identical. Whether you did free shipping, percentage off, it all has the same information.
Yeah, just a couple of things. You can't do the free shipping because you're Prime. And then they used to have one that was external benefits, which was really cool. Because if you have like your own Shopify website or something like that, they could get benefits on your Shopify website or in your whatever website if they purchase items. But Amazon took that one off as being available, so that one is no longer there. So these kind of 2 things together, I'm kind of doing double duty. I'm talking about private label and long-term storage. These are ways that you can help your products move by running ads and promotions to kind of lower the price on those items and see if it'll go. Anytime that you do any promotions or anything like that, you want to weigh the cost of that promotion. If it's going to cost you more money to run a promotion, then that may not be the best option for you. It may be better to just lower the price and see if that product sells, or just do a discount and see if that helps at all. But you always want to weigh the costs with what you can do. Are there any questions at all on any of this?
Business accounts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Something like that. We always said that we don't pay
Yep, the A, yep, Acme, yeah.
So it's the same. Business account, we're- We have a business account.
Like a business Amazon account?
Well, when you sign up on your regular Amazon account, so.
Like for your Seller Central account, you mean? If you sell to businesses, is this the same as as Amazon, as regular Amazon?
Yeah. No, every time you log on to it, it suggests you're in
And do your profile?
your profile.
Yeah.
Set up discounts. The business account, if they want you to buy one.
Yeah.
You get a discount.
Yeah, so it's just to make your account look more professional because you have it that you will sell to businesses and give tax breaks. So it's just a setting to make your account look more professional to other sellers as being a business account.
But it's the same exact.
Yeah, it won't change anything. It just makes it look better on the front end versus for buyers who are buying from you, more for your storefront.
I guess if they're a business, then they get it.
No, that's why I'm confused with what you're talking about. So that has nothing to do with it. So if you are doing a promotion, if you make it so that people can see it, like you don't do a code or anything, everybody can see it.
Is there a way that if they are a business, that they get a promotion?
No, you'd have to
Send it to
out.
them privately.
Yeah.
So you would check that box down at the bottom saying that you don't want anyone to see it on Amazon and email it to them privately.
And
They're a different ad, a different list.
no, they just get like tax breaks and everything. That's about it. Are there any other questions? Yep. Yeah. So lowering your price and then also maybe doing a percentage off.